So guys, I had to switch network. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I had to switch network. So I'm trying to go through some. Let me share the link again. Just give me a second. So I'm going to be going through some of the questions that have been asked in the community this month, and then we're answering them. So give me a second. Let me be sure this link is working. So can you hear me now? I don't know. The network was breaking. If you're here, you can hear me. Can you hear me? Fit. So depending on the application you're using to invest into, depending on the application you're using to invest into, depending on the application you're using to invest into, um, if you're making use of the Trove application, let me see if I can actually open it here now. If you're making use of the Trove application, it's okay. Let me open the Trove application right here now, so I'll be able to explain it properly. So this. I noticed that most of you guys are newbies and you're finding it difficult to make use of the Trove application. So stock market invest is a proper stockbroker. This return will only tell you what you made today. The question that was asked is the next question that was asked is, does Stanbic IBTC broker offer US stocks? So I cannot really say for now if they offer US stocks because I'm not, it's not Nigerian stock market is not that liquid. What do I mean? You can invest in a company and then you are in profit, but when you want to now sell it, it might be difficult for you to sell. Right, so you want to be very very careful when you're investing in the Nigerian stock market. You want to you want to um you want to make sure you do a proper research before you invest into any stock. That's what I will tell you. You can make money in the stock market and you can lose money as well. Probably you guys will come and watch this video later on because it's cracking too much. Uh, this is network. It's network. Network is causing all this. But let me just proceed. Hopefully you guys will watch it on the stream. It's done. Um, Next question is, will the money be paid to us monthly, or what's the duration of payment after buying shares? So when you buy shares, they don't pay you any money unless the company is paying dividend. Unless the company is a dividend paying company. So if the company or a company is a dividend paying company and you invest into the company, right? Um, right. So there are different ways for you to make money from investing in the stock market, but the two major ways is from dividend payment and then from capital appreciation. When the stock price appreciates in price, then you can sell to maximize profit. Yes, I answered you your question. You said True versus Afro Invest. I have some question, and I said that I'm making it recommend True. True is actually better than some of them, but I'm not necessarily recommend True. I might say Afro Invest. But generally, if I was to advise, I would say I rather invest in Afri Invest. I rather invest with Afri Invest than to invest with Trove because Afri Invest is a proper stockbroker. Let me say, for example, now you stop using Afri Invest, you found another good stockbroker, and you want to switch to that stockbroker. You can easily go and open an account with that new stockbroker, and then you can now have them move your stocks without you selling it. They can move your stock from Afri Invest to the new stockbroker using your CSCS and your CHN. So yeah, using your CSCS and your CHN. So our advice, you invest with Afri Invest over Truth. But if you're just new, you don't want to start going through the whole process of opening, having a CHN and a CSS, then definitely you want to try out Truth. But if I was to advise you, if you're serious, I would say you should open an account with a proper stockbroker rather than just using Truth. Personally, I use Truth and I use Afri Invest. I'm actually looking at partnering with a stockbroker very soon, and I'm looking for someone that is very, very good. If I find a good stockbroker that their customer support is top notch, definitely I would advise you guys to switch over to them because I know that I can easily influence how they would respond to my community. So I'll keep you guys posted when I find a good stockbroker. So another question that was asked is, will the money be? Sorry, how long does or Tesla pay their dividend? So this is a question someone asked, someone that's invested in the US stock market is asking how long does it take for Meta and Tesla to pay their dividends. So one thing you guys need to know is that Meta has never really paid dividend before. It's just this year that I heard, or I was not even certain about it, but I heard that Meta paid dividend this year. It's the first time Meta is paying dividend in shares. You know that you're investing for the purpose of of capital appreciation, meaning if the price of the stock you that's when you make money, right? If you invest in Meta right now, just know that you're just looking to make money from the price appreciation. When the price of Tesla goes, oh, sorry, when the price of Meta or Tesla goes high, even recently Meta shares fell because I think they made a loss or something like that when they are dropping their earning reports, their earning calls. I think they made a loss and they lost about 19%. So many people lost money in Meta. But if you're looking at if you're thinking long term, you want to actually buy now because you know that the world is evolving and getting into artificial intelligence and then metaverse. So they are making the money they are making from adverts, they are investing it into artificial intelligence and into the metaverse. So if you believe in the metaverse and artificial intelligence, then probably you want to buy their shares and hold and see if their investment in these areas will pay off on the long run, right? But for right now, I cannot tell you when or how long it takes for them to pay dividends. And personally, I'm not even really actively investing in these companies. I invest in the Nigerian stock market and I invest in crypto and just buy a little bit of ETFs. So I don't necessarily look at the US stock market. Why? Because um, when you convert your naira to US, it's not really much. So you're going to make much money like that, unless you're looking at hedging yourself against the naira devaluation. So what I basically do, I've talked about this before. I invest in the Nigerian stock market and I also invest in crypto. These are two places I try to put my eggs into. Now, the next question that was asked in the community is, do you know how I invest into Nigeria from abroad? So someone was basically asking me, so if they are based in the United States, in the United Kingdom, is it possible for them to invest into Nigerian stocks from West? Uh, Banks are yet to pay dividends for 2024. Um, which Nigerian banks? Most Nigerian banks are yet to, in fact, most companies are yet to pay dividends. They are just most of them are recently calling dividends. Most of these companies are recently calling out when they are going to pay dividends. So I will not even advise you to start buying now because there are high chances that even if you invest now, you're not going to earn any dividends because some check on Nigerian banks that are yet to pay dividends because most companies are dropping their dividend calls in their corporate action. So it's a little bit difficult to track. And I just mainly try to focus on companies in my portfolio, right? I'm not necessarily every trying to be everywhere. I just focus on most of the time on companies in my portfolio. If you have any questions, you can still drop it in the comment section. I'm going to answer while I go through some of the questions that have been asked in the community. So someone asked me, I just got registered with your referral code. What's next? I'm guessing this person just, this is a newbie, right? And probably it's their first time. So when you sign up on a stockbroker, when you sign up on a stockbroker, the next step for you to do the next step you need to take is to say, okay, this is how much I'm willing to invest into the stock market. Right? You need to have a budget. Either you want to invest monthly, every quarter, or just one time, and next time when you have money, you put in. So you need to say, okay, this is how much I'm willing to use to take this risk. Because when you're buying stocks, you're basically taking risk. Right? So when you set an amount of money you want to use to invest, the next step you then need to take is, now I'm not into forex. I don't trade forex, so I cannot give any advice on that. So when you have a budget of how much you want to down. So one word for John, this is your question on forex. I'm not necessarily a trade. No, I don't day trade. I've tried day trading, but it can be stressful and it's not my thing, so I don't day trade. So I cannot give you any advice. I'll just tell you to always research whatever you're buying and DCA. So as I was saying, once you have set a budget, The next step you need to take is now to research sectors that have growth potential, sectors that have potential to grow on the long run, right? And this might involve you going to Google, going to Google to search for trends, look for what is trending. There was a time there's this guy I followed, yeah, hence I made a video around stock investing, and there's a way he caught a trend. He went to TikTok and noticed that people were wearing a particular kind of brand. Most people in the United States are wearing a particular kind of brand, new clothes. And then when he did his research, he noticed that it was now becoming a trend, right? So what did he do? He now went to research the company's earnings and saw that this company was undervalued, that their earnings have been growing, and most of these guys at Wall Street are yet to actually identify these companies. And he put in like 50K around like the ending of, I think this was last year. He put around 50K USD into the company, bought their stock, and then when the company announced financial their financials for the year, they did their earnings was wonderful, and the stock price of that company skyrocketed, and the guy made huge money. So my point is, you need to look for trend. What are Gen Z? What are they looking into right now? What are people following here in Nigeria and the whole world globally? So you need to look at what is trending and know if the companies or whatever that's trending, whether they are publicly traded companies that are operating in these sectors, and then most likely you want to buy into any of these companies. For example, you see that I invested huge money into the company, around almost 300K into the company, and I'll still be buying more of our company stock. This company, like if you look at their financial statements, you understand that this company is they are good, that the financial health of the company is very, very good, right? So the stock price is very undervalued, and the person, the CEO of the company, she has a track record of operating in this sector. So who am I not to buy into that company, right? So I invested in the company. I'm going to put in more money into the company, right? So you need to look for and one more thing: the insurance industry in Nigeria is still in its early stage. It's still growing. There's huge long-term growth potential. So I have to buy into the company. And probably when I'm going to do my own insurance or whatever, I want to patronize them because I believe I'm going to need health insurance one way or the other, right? So I bought the company stock. Another example is MTN. MTN is definitely going to grow because not everybody, we have a huge number of people that are using smartphones here and there, and definitely you're always going to need network. And MTN is always innovating, right? And I believe that the stock price is undervalued and it's going to look at Airtel. Airtel is trading at almost 2,000 or 1,000 naira, 1,000 thereabout. I've forgotten the actual price, but MTN that is bigger than them and all that is just around 200 and something naira. Who am I not to buy MTN in Nigeria? And it's also the network I'm using. Almost everybody in Nigeria is using MTN. Who am I not to buy into or buy the company shares? So these are the kind of things I look at. And these are the kind of things you need to look at. What are people using on every day? And are there any companies operating in these sectors that you can buy into and you know look for ways to make money off them? Another good example is Dangote Cement. In as much as I think that Dangote sometimes can I think they exploit sometimes. But I feel that cement is going to play a huge role here in Africa, here in Nigeria, because of infrastructure is still low. There's still room for projects to be done in Africa and Nigeria. So why am I not to buy cement? Because cement has a key role when it comes to infrastructure, and the leading company in this sector is Dangote. So why am I not to buy Dangote cement? So these are some of the things I do or try to understand before investing in any company. And the final question is, let's say you decide to hold your stock for 10 years. Is there any proof that True is going to stay that long? Plus, can you buy at the bank directly? So this question is a nice question. What I would say is that there is no proof that Trove would stay that long. There is no proof that in 10 years' time, Trove is going to still be an existing company. And that's why I say it's better that you invest using Afre Invest than using Trove. Because even if Afre Invest goes out of business and you have a stock in Afre Invest, you can easily use your CSCS and your CHN to get back or get access to the stocks that you own. But if Trove goes out of business, I don't really know if it's possible, even though they partnered with a stockbroker, I don't know if it's possible to recover your shares because you don't have access to any CSCS or CHN. So it might be quite difficult. So that's how I would say it's much more better. And I don't use Trove to buy stocks. I use Trove to buy stocks, but I would always advise that you use a proper stockbroker to invest in Nigerian stock market over Truth or Bank. Probably when you watch my new video, which I'll be dropping this week, comparing these stocks and these apps, you know which one is best suited for you. And that's the final question that was asked in the community. I think this is almost 1 hour now. If there's any questions you guys have, you can drop in the comment section now. I'll give like 5 minutes for someone to ask any question. If there's no question, we'll call it a day. So if you have any questions, please ask. If you have any questions, please leave a comment asking me your question. I'll try to answer your question to the best of my knowledge. Uh, so guys, I'm waiting for your questions. Is there any other question you guys have? And don't forget, I have an investment community. You can join. I'll leave a link. Let me see if I can get the link to the community so you can join. Network has decided to frustrate us today. If you have any questions, please ask. Yeah, Veritas Capital. Veritas Capital is the one I talked about. Then I talked about Veritas Capital. You can do your research. Veritas Capital, their financials is so beautiful. I'm going to be buying more. Their financials is so beautiful. If you check my dashboard, you see that after VFD, Veritas is company that I'm well invested into. Is my portfolio. So if you have any questions, you ask. I'm waiting. Yeah, you're welcome, Ben. You're welcome, Ben. So guys, Ben, do you have any other questions again? Let me know so I can answer. You have any other questions? I'll be about to call it a day. Okay, seems like there's no more questions. So it has been a wonderful session so far. Even though network tried to ruin it, but I'll always try my best to come live at the end of every month, every Saturdays of every month. Last Saturdays actually, last Saturdays of every month. I try to come live to, because I'm documenting my journey. So I just come to share what I've learned so far um, with you guys, and just to, because I know most of you guys are just getting started investing in the stock market, so you guys don't make mistake. Hopefully, you guys learned one or two things in today's session, and hopefully, I'll see you guys in the future section. And one day, hopefully, we get to see face to face and learn. No problem. You can, yeah, just I'll give you access to my portfolio. You can just know how you split your money. Then, yeah, you can buy what I buy. It's up to you. But yeah, just no problem. Just DM me on Telegram. Tell me just DM me Ben, and then I'll send you the Google Sheets. Even though that you might have to manually update it for you to be able to see the actual sheet reflect and know how much you're making and how much you're losing. But no, it's okay. Um, it's been a wonderful session so far, guys. If you have any question, like I always say, feel free to always ask your questions in the community. Try my best to always be there to answer. For now, this is free of charge, but you can never tell because when you're doing it for free, sometimes it can be difficult because you also have another life. So I hope you guys have been able to learn one or two things, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, they will. Bye, guys.